Welcome back. In this segment, we're going to go more into traditional Tang training. And in this lesson, you're going to learn how to throw a proper center punch from horse riding stance. And then also we're going to practice walking front stance. Okay? Now, for your ready stance position. Okay, ready stance position. What you're going to do is you're going to bring your right hand out. Okay, it's going to be solar plex high. Okay? Your right hand is going to be straight out in front of your solar plex. And then you're going to pull your left hand back to your side. Okay, back to ready stance. Excuse me. Now at the same time, as you're pulling your hand back, your left hand back, your left foot's coming up. Okay, nice balance. Now take your left foot, step over twice your shoulder width apart, and sit. Okay, your toes can point out a little bit. Okay, you want to be stable from side to side, but you don't want to be toes all the way out. Okay, ready stance again. Okay, right hand out, left hand back. Stepping over. Now, once as your foot's coming down and touching the ground, you're going to take your left hand and you're going to punch out slowly, and you're going to twist right at the end of the movement. Okay? So from here, your right hand's coming out, left hand's coming back, you twist right at the end. Left hand's coming out, right hand's coming back, twist right at the end. Okay? Now, one more time from ready stance, please. Okay, right hand out, left hand back. Stepping over. Okay, and again. All right, ready? Right hand out, left hand back. Step over. All right, good job. Now from here, when you're executing your center punch and horse riding stance, you have to use proper hip movement. Your arm is just not strong enough to get any type of power. Okay? So from here, pull your shoulder back just a little bit. Shoulder hip comes back a little bit, and then execute your center punch. Left shoulder back a little bit, and punch. Right shoulder back, punch. Left shoulder back, and punch. Okay, now let's try a little bit of power, and no! 2, 3, 4, good job. Now Miss Wilson's going to demonstrate the proper front stance. Proper front stance. Okay. We're going to come over here, please. Facing this way. And attention. Chumbi. Okay. Now place your hands on your waist. Okay. Well, right now we're going to practice with our hands on our waist. Now from her ready stance. Get back at Miss Wilson. In class, we always start left side. Okay, so we're going to do the same today. Now, from your hands on your waist, what you're going to do is you're going to take your left foot, you're going to step in and touch your right foot. Okay, now step out 45 degrees, twice your shoulder width apart. Okay, now notice if she can look down and see her toes, she'll have to bend her knee a little bit. Okay? Now, what you don't want is you don't want the knee past the toe. Alright? Because it puts too much strain on the knee. Okay. Now, from here when she steps in, okay, she's in a good front stance here, she's going to use what's called defensive hip movement. Defensive hip movement is where you're pointing your hip to the attack or to the person that you're practicing with, okay? So it's going to come in. Now, knee's going to point out to the side, attacking hip or whatever technique you may be doing is going to be pointing to the target, okay? So from here, she's going to step in. Now notice she doesn't bend her knee, all right? But her hip is facing her opponent or whoever she's practicing with. Now step back out. Okay. Step in, step up. One more time. Step in and step up. And then back to the beginning, please. Okay? Now, your offensive and defensive hip movement, offensive hip movement is when you're pulling your hip away, okay? So let's say I was throwing a traditional punch at Miss Wilson. I would pull my hip away before I step and punch. If I was throwing a, let's say, low defense, okay? I was throwing a low defense. From here, I would point my hip to my target and then block. Okay? So offensive hip and defensive hip movement is very important in your traditional training. Right here. So one more time, let's try it together. Hands on your waist, feet about shoulder width apart. Okay? Now, one, left foot in. Okay, now you don't have to be too far, it just depends on how much power you want to get. Okay? Left foot comes in, then step out, twist that foot back in, making sure your body is square. Right foot steps in, step back out. Left foot steps in, and step back out. And good job.